and you guys are in for a treat. Tony, should we get into it?
Let's get into it. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I would be remiss if I did not, give a salute to Miss Tony Ward, Deidre. But guys, we wouldn't be here today if we didn't have this, young, powerful individual on the line. He always comes when we call, guys. He's always had that great thing. And one thing I can say, besides all the other many things I will ever say, is that this guy gave you guys an opportunity on a napkin, right? How could you understand how far we've come from having a napkin turn into having our guest speaker come out, traveling all around the world, millions of dollars in travel, millions of dollars in residual income, changing lives, retiring people, changing outcome, taking something as simple as travel and making it a true home-based business where you actually can change your whole dynamic, your whole situation. With that being said, guys, it's just an honor and a pleasure to make sure that we run to the front of the room, guys, get right to the back of the room, allow our leaders to step up. But just to give you guys the insight of where we come from, how it works, what's the benefit, what's amazing, I would rather you guys hear it from the horse's mouth, the guys who actually gave us this opportunity to be great, guys. So with that being said, guys, I want to welcome to the line not only my brother, guys, my family, my friend, my mentor, guys, and the true founder of this entire company that's been making, setting records and changing lives and making a legacy and absolutely creating history. Our founder, man, listen, Mr. David McCovy, guys, give a round of applause, jump in the chat box. Mr. McCovy, are you on the line at this moment?
Absolutely, brother. Listen, they couldn't tie me down and make me be somewhere else. How are you, FDH?
Man, I'm dope, bro. I had a good night last night, doing what we do. Naturally today, man, grinding it out. We just gotta, make sure we get this company where the world is gonna know and the history is already made. We've already done so much. So I'm blessed, bro. I couldn't complain if I wanted to.
Absolutely, brother. And I appreciate you, sis, and Tony Ward, what you guys mean to me, not just business wise, but in my personal relationships too. It makes it so much easier for me to do, what's required of me on a day-to-day basis. I have, amazing leaders, guys that, can hold the fort while we work on our future. And I don't know that if a lot of the partners I know some of them, mid-level and senior partners understand, but a lot of the junior partners, family, when you guys are listening to these two houses talk, you are listening to people who sit at the right hand of the deal, and are involved in every aspect of the deal. And I know there's others on the line. I saw Lynn pop up, 1-star platinum and founders council member. You guys are really partnered with everything and everyone that you need to be to have the success that you guys have. So, it's just a blessing for me to have leaders like that. And, for them to put this call together and, to get us on here and talk to the new partners and, even the prospective partners, the guests that are looking to maybe do something different and have something different. We want you guys to know that, you're in the right place. You're with the right group. The way that we built our deal is based on being able for everyone to win. Like no one wins this deal by themselves. Other people have to win in order for everyone to grow. So, it's the right deal for you. And we just kind of want to talk about that. And, most of us on this line haven't come from entrepreneurial backgrounds. I know I didn't. I was taught the traditional way, go to school, get good grades. I did that. Get a job. I couldn't do that part, but, find a good job, save your money, do all those type of things. And for me, I understood that at an early age, that model was broken. So even though, it might have made sense, it didn't make sense for the things that I wanted in life. Like I didn't want the things that, my mother had from which I was totally grateful because she gave me a great upbringing, but I wanted the things that her boss's children had, right? So for me, it was one of those things that you have to understand where you're going to be in that place. And because we weren't raised by entrepreneurs, family, we honestly, a lot of us, I guarantee you on this line, have had, our dreams watered down, so to speak, because they don't want us to be out there stressed out. They don't want us to fail. They want us to stay in this nice little box where everything's just okay. I didn't want okay. I wanted absolutely amazing, along with the other leaders on this line. They don't want okay. So, understand that you guys may have people in your life and in your circumstances and close to you that can't see the vision of what you're doing because they weren't trained that way. There's been a scam that's taken place throughout history, and it's the entrepreneurial scam. They want people to be in a certain box where they're teachable, coachable, and trainable to do what they want them to do, not for them to be great. And that's the difference in Evolution Travel as opposed to when you look at corporate America. No one in this deal or in this company is going to hold their thumb on you and keep you down. Everyone wants you to run to the top of the compensation plan because that benefits everyone as a whole. So it's really a symbiotic relationship that all of us have with each other. And it's okay to not have been okay before. Right? Is there anybody on this line that has not been okay before financially? That's okay, right? Because when you look at all the great entrepreneurs in the world, they all came from some type of struggle. When you see, the great legacy families like the Waltons, right? None of them really had to go through anything. So even though Walmart's a great company, it's in the same place as it was when Sam left it. But when you look at entrepreneurs like, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Cuban, those type of entrepreneurs that had to build something that there was not a legacy already left, those are the entrepreneurs that can change the world because they know what the pain feels like. So if anybody on this line has ever, put your hand up, I want to see. Anybody on this line ever had your cell phone cut off before? Anybody on this line had to make a payment arrangement on a bill before? Right? See, that's the type of people that I need to talk to because I've been that person, right? So if anybody on this line that's always been wealthy, that comes from a bunch of money, please hang up right now because we can't help you. There are certain things that we've had to go through that you cannot relate to. So understand that when you've had trials and tribulations in your journey, it allows you to help others who are going to have the same type of journey that you had, right? If we got in this deal, ran to the top of it, was always wealthy, never had to worry about a thing, we cannot relate to you. Therefore, we cannot help you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're talking to Tony Ward about being a former business owner and had to reconfigure and figure some things out to get back on top of the mountain, she can help you with that because she's done that, right? When you talk to Fred Howe, who is in a position where he's probably the most powerful person in his position in his job, but he still has to listen to people, talk a little crazy about what he does, but he actually out-earns his boss and his boss's boss, he can help you. Right? So we've gone through some things, family, that are allowing us to be able to help you and relate to you. And so that is what has to happen so now that you can do that to your junior partners and the next level of leadership that are going to come through Evolution Travel. It's all part of the journey. If you haven't gone through anything, not only can you not relate to someone who has, you can't coach them through it. If you've never been talked about in your job or in your business, I can't help you because I have. I was a top earner in another company. They couldn't even say my name right. So I carried a chip with me forever. Now I out-earn the owners of those companies, right? So there are certain things that we stay humble, but we use those things as fuel to go, right? Because we talk about all the time how important your why is. And you have to have a why in order to be able to do what you do. Because this business is not going to be easy every day. It's not going to be easy to get those no's and get up and do it again. It's not going to be easy for your partners who you believed in and who you saw something great in for them to quit on you. So your why has to be strong, but your fuel has to be even stronger. So for me, I got my fuel when I started to develop my leaders. Because now when they're talking about me, they're not just talking about me, they're talking about my leaders, those who believed in me. That's my fuel. I cannot fail because I would not allow the leaders to fail. I would not allow someone who did not believe in us to say, you know what, I knew they weren't going to make it. There's no way in the hell that they're going to put that burden on me. I'm not going for that one. So what I have to do every day, no matter how good, bad, poor, indifferent that I feel, I have to further the movement. That's my job. That's my charge, right? So now when Fred can say, you know what, I knew we would do it. That I get that pat on the back, and so does he, and so does everyone in the movement. When Lynn can say, you know what, we're gonna pull up. When Lynn retires from the school district, we were gonna pull up in a limo. Now we come in a helicopter. I want them to watch her ride off into the sunset, right? So when we do those things, it's not just for us, it's for everyone. So if you are on this line and anyone has ever believed in you, now you're responsible for them. It's no longer about you. So when you don't feel like answering the call, or you don't feel like doing the three-way, you don't feel like going to the meeting, you don't feel like promoting the webinar, you must do it anyway because it's bigger than you now. Someone believed in you. That's the biggest congratulations or award that you can ever get, is when someone believes in you. So when people get on this line and say, oh, I only have one partner, I only have two partners, or founder, I'm only executive. That's BS. There's no such thing as only when somebody's believed in you. You have people walking the earth right now that has never had anyone believe in them. So when someone believes in you to follow your vision and to get involved in a company that you see fit for them to get involved in, they believe in you. It's no longer about you. It's about them. And when their turn comes, it will be about those who believed in them. We carry the charge like that. It's too easy to quit when it's only about you. If it was only about me, I could have quit a couple years ago. I'm financially okay, but it's not about me. I can't quit until my leaders live the way that I live right now. And then I still can't quit because they want their leaders to live how they live. So you see what I mean? When it's not about you, it continues to carry on. And that's where the greatness comes in from. So when you have someone who's already had the world and everything in it, I can't help them. And I wish them the best, but there's nothing that I can do with them. Because even though my grandmother loved me to death, as a child, she watered my dreams down. She used to always tell me, son, you've got a champagne taste on a beer budget. You shouldn't get that. Champagne taste on a beer budget. You shouldn't get that. Right? So she was trying to keep me safe. She was trying to keep me into a box where I would be okay, where I couldn't get out there too far and fail, but I was going to be okay in this little box. I wanted to kick the box over. I don't want that box. I want the world and like Scarface said, the world and everything in it, because I believe that I deserve that, right? The Lord say, if you ask, he'll give it to you. I don't worry about putting the work in because I'm going to put the work in. I know my leaders are going to put the work in. I know the leaders that they raised are going to be mirrors of them, so they're going to put the work in. So see, if we don't want it to stop, it never has to stop. So I love Mama Daisy to death and will give her my heart right now. But what she told me wasn't accurate. Because see, now what I know is what she should have told me is, son, shoot for the moon. And if you don't hit it, land on the star and shoot for it again. Right? But because she was not an entrepreneur, she had a different level and a way of thinking. Very educated woman, was a principal, you know, one of the first African-American principals here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So she didn't mean any harm. It was just that she had a different mindset. So for me, it was easy for me not to adopt that and to follow that because there was no one that I was able to see that had a job, a form of 9-to-5 employment that had what I wanted. So for me, it was easy to break away. I want to be able to walk into the store and not look at the tag. I want to be able to call my leaders like I'm going to do pretty soon and say, listen, you know what? Let's go to the Bahamas. Send my assistant your information. Pack your bags. As a matter of fact, don't worry about that. Pack something to wear on the plane. We'll shop when we land. That's what I want to be able to tell my people. So in order for me to do that, there's not a form of employment that I can have and do that. When I look at all the companies around the world, go to the want ads, go to the yellow pages, or what is the classified section. They're not hiring for founders. They're not hiring for CEOs in there. So if they're not hiring for those, there's nothing in that position that I want or in that company that I want. I don't want to get the check. I want to write the check. When I was young, I understood, well, I thought that I wanted to be a professional athlete. Now I understand I want to own the team, right? See, once the mind starts to evolve and it goes forward, family, it can't go backwards. It can only go forward that way. So that's what you want to be able to do. You want to surround yourself with people whose mind is going that way. Because if you follow their vision, that's the only way that you can go. You can't go anywhere. You can't go back. We're not going that way. We've already been back there. It's cool, but it's better over here. So we're going this way. So when you are in evolution travel, you have a luxury of being partnered with people who already got the deal done. See, the toughest thing for us, family, when we got started, we had to navigate and whittle and figure it out. Guess what? It's easier for you because you don't have to do that. We've taken those bullets. We've gotten those swords and those, what the scouts do, they get the Indians, they hit them with the arrows. We've taken all those for you. So now when we stand before you as a leadership group and say, listen, this is what it is. This is what has to be done. This is required. No, don't do that. That's BS. That's not going to get you here. The blueprint is already done. All you have to do is walk in the shoes of the leaders. Get firmly behind Fred Howe and follow him. There's nothing bad that can happen to you. Get on Tony Ward's hip and say, I'm going that way with you. There's nothing bad that can happen. They've already figured it out. So when you're looking for a place to partner with and to say, you know what, I want to, like the song, I'm living my best life, really, we're doing that. It's as advertised around here. It's not like the other companies where there's some of these things and maybe, no, it's all done deal. When you look at and lock arms with anyone in that Founders Council or any of our common check owners, our gold consultants, trust me, it's as advertised. They're going to give it to you just like you're supposed to get it. It's not going to be sugarcoated. It's not going to be it's going to be just like it's supposed to be. It's up to you to be able to handle it. We talk about all the time that it's not necessarily the message, it's the messenger. right? Because different people will be able to move you different ways. You'll get a leader that can get on this line and say one thing, and another leader come on and say the exact same thing, but because of how that leader presented to you, because I'm not telling you anything that these leaders haven't already told you. There's not one founder council member that is part of this organization and that leads this company from the front that is not telling you what I'm telling you already. It's not. My delivery may be different, but it's the same concept, family. Follow the successful people. I say it all the time. I don't care that you have a friend who's a dentist. I don't care that your uncle's a doctor. I don't care that your cousin's cousin plays in the NFL. I don't care about any of that. None of those people can tell you how to build this business. I do not care. They can't tell you how to do this. They can't tell you how to get these no's from people who they thought were going to support them and still move through to the finish line. They can't tell you that. Yes, they're absolutely amazing in whatever field they're in, but check this out. We're absolutely amazing in this field. This is what we run. So when you're looking to have great success in what we're doing, follow us. Follow the leadership. They're not going to teach you wrong. They have no interest in teaching you wrong. They want you to get to the top of the deal because guess what that does? Gets all of us to the top of the deal. Fred touched on our speaker. Listen, family, I cannot wait to see this man face to face next year because he had a huge influence in my growth. In our very first company, I was rapidly approaching the $1 million earner mark in that company. And he had a VIP training and I was blessed enough to be in that training. And it's like when you go to church and it feels like the pastor's talking to exactly you and only you. That's how I felt because I was rapidly approaching the $1 million earner. I had my blinders on. I couldn't see anything else. I was locked in tunnel vision. He stood up doing his training on lions and gazelles. I'll never forget. I remember like just there. And he paused in the middle of training like something was speaking to him. He said, you know what? It's some people in this room right now that want to earn $1 million. He's like, that's okay. It's not a big deal. They're printing money right now as we speak. You want to impress me? You want to do a service to yourself? Don't worry about your million. Help 3 other people make $1 million. I went from this to this. I was wide open at that point because then I understood it's not just about me. As long as I continue to help people elevate and get what they want, I'm going to get what my goals are by default. Right? I remember when about a year or so ago, I pulled up at the gas station and a gentleman was commenting on the car. I had the car, look, BMW wings went up like this. He's like, oh man, that's an amazing car. I work hard, but I don't have a car like that. I said, well, maybe I help more people than you do. He paused. He said, I never thought of it like that. It's about how many people you help. The more people you help get what they want, you're going to get what you want. It has to happen. So stay conscious of the overall movement. We built this deal where as the company and the corporate side of it, we were deficient for a long time because we overpaid. They told us, everybody, we overpay. I said, okay, once we get to our number, we'll be fine, but we have to make sure our people eat. So that's what we did. Now we're as healthy can be, but we've set the standard in the industry now that people know that they can come to a company, really experience people over profit and have what they want. It makes no difference or it makes no sense for us to be able to, as a company, make a bunch of money and then all of our agents are struggling. That makes no sense. That's not what we were designed to do. Our movement is the we movement. It's people over profits every time. I do not care what the company is. I do not care what industry they are in. As long as they're in network marketing, it does not matter what product they have. I promise you, if you do what we call the blind taste test, put all of those different companies in white paper bags, brown paper bags with no logo on them, it doesn't make a difference. Pull them all out one at a time and read the pros and cons and the components of each one. I promise you, we will win hands down. We know what our deal is designed to do. We built it that way. And it's no knock to these companies. They had no choice but to be secondary to us because we built ours after them. We watched what they did right, what they did wrong, and made sure we didn't do the wrong and maximize the right. Real simple. That's what we were supposed to do when we came into this game. So that's what we're going to continue to do. Listen, family, if you want to have any type of success, I don't care whether it's network marketing, I don't care whether it's evolution, I don't care whether it's business, I don't care what it is. If you follow the leadership in this company, you will have that. We don't just teach evolution lessons or network marketing lessons. We teach life lessons. Everything that you learn and apply here in Evolution Travel, if you apply that in your regular life, you will have the same amount of success. I say it all the time. How you do one thing is how you do all things. It's that simple. It's hard to be 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 different people. How you do one thing is how you will do all things. If you guys haven't had a chance, please go to the family Facebook page. I posted a poem there the other day about habit. People look at habit like it's a negative connotation. It is not. A habit is something that you repeatedly do that comes second nature after you've done it for so long. All successful people have great habits. All failures have poor habits. It's just, it is what it is. So what we want to do is have productive habits. We want to always be doing IPAs, income producing activities. I do not care if you prospect 30 people and none of them sign up. I do not care. I only care that you're doing what you're supposed to do for your business. That's it. We cannot control the outcome. We can only control what we can control. So if you talk to 75,000 people and they all say no, I'm going to tell you, hurry up and get to 75,001 because the tide has to turn. When you're properly exposing your business, it's impossible for it not to grow because the deal is too attractive. There are too many people out there that are looking for something else. We're going to start a program where we start unplugging people from corporate and plugging them into entrepreneurship. Corporate is a scam. It's not your boss's fault. He was scammed too. It's not even your boss's fault. He was scammed too. It's a system that they put together to control us and to continue for us to work for their benefit. It's real simple. As an entrepreneur, we don't do that. We work for our own benefit. We work for the benefit of those who believe in us. I'm not falling for the corporate scam. I don't care what they say about network marketing. Corporate is a scam. Your boss can go hire his best friend right now and take your job. That's a scam. No matter what you did, right or wrong, that's a scam. That's favoritism of the finest. We don't have that here. The computer promotes you. Before we know who you are, we don't know if you're pink, green, yellow, elephant color. It doesn't matter to us. You put the work in, you're going to do and get what was required for that work, period. Period. So there's no favoritism here. You grind, you get. That's simple. You partner with grinders, y'all get together, you eat together, period. That's simple. This deal isn't complicated, and the people in it are even less complicated. We're totally transparent. When we launched this deal, people told us we were crazy because we had slides up that showed you where every dollar that came into the company went. Everyone. Only company in the history of the game to ever do that. We don't have anything to hide. It is what it is. We put our best product on the field and tell everybody else to beat us. Good luck to them. I don't think they're going to beat us. Our product is too attractive. Our compensation plan is absolutely ridiculous. Our leaders are top notch. I'll take those 24 members in that Founders Council and line them up in this industry against 24 from any company and bet our company on it that we come out on top. Just that simple. I have that belief in them because I know who they are. I know when we designed this deal, they got on board to do what they were doing. This deal was not established and found random people from around the world to come do it. No, it was put together to do exactly what we're doing. It was constructed to be a we movement, a people over profits movement. They can't beat that. Our deal was designed to do just that. Why do you think tanks and things of that nature, and I know FDH being, former military can speak to this, why do you think those things are so powerful? Because they were designed to do exactly what they were doing. A tank wasn't designed to be a sports car. It wasn't designed to run the Autobahn. It was designed to be indestructible and to run over everything in its path. That's what it was designed to do. So there's nothing else that's going to beat it at doing that. It's the same way with our leadership group. It was put in place to do exactly what we're doing right now. So family, I don't know how more plain or how more simple I can keep it for you. Listen to what I'm telling you. Everything that is happening with this movement right now and everything that's going to continue to happen was designed to be that way. Period. With a T at the end of it. It's just that simple. We are doing exactly what we were called to do. As long as we continue to do that and we continue to bring in people who see that as value and see the vision of what we're doing, we're going to stay unstoppable. So if you're a guest on this line, if you're a junior partner on this line, understand that you have a solid foundation that you're on. You have a group of people that will go to the end for you. There's nothing else that you need. All we need now is the commitment from you. It's that simple. This thing is not complicated. People make it more complicated than it has to. It's very, very simple. Lock arms with people who want the same thing that you want, who have the same vision that you have, and tear down everything else in the way. That's it. It's not complicated at all. And the good thing about it is if you find yourself being off a little bit on any given day, you can call your leadership and say, you know what? I'm done playing. Help me relaunch this thing. Guess what they're going to say? Let's get to it. That's what they're going to say. They're not going to say, oh, you didn't get it right the first time. No, I'm done with you. No, prodigal son, come on back home. Let's get to the work, because that's what leaders do. So family, understand, again, all day long, I'll put what we have and who we have up against any other deal in this space, hands down, point blank period, and I'll live with the results because I trust that we're going to do what's required to continue to move this movement forward. So listen, family, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Fred, Tony, you guys know what it is. I thank you for having me on tonight and allowing me to speak to the family. I see the chat box is blowing up. All of our junior partners, we love you. We're here for you. All of our senior partners, all our founder council that's in that thread, I love you guys, and you guys know what it is for me. You can have the shirt off my back. I'll give my last breath for this deal because I know that the legacy is already in place. So what God has allowed us to build, I know it's going to continue to go forward. So I'm not afraid of anything or anyone in this space. And I thank you guys for standing behind this movement and giving me that type of passion and that type of posture where I know that there's nothing that can stop us. I love you. Mwah. Take us home, sis.
Love you back. Love you back. Oh my goodness, you guys! Do you guys see the passion?
Wow.
That's the realest. You can't fake that. The enthusiasm,
Wow.
passion that David has for the company, what we're doing, and the people who believe in him is crazy. Because never ever, and I promise you, hands down, have I been in the presence of somebody so humble yet so giving. David, you already know how I feel about you. You are my brother. I don't care what anybody says. I love you to death, okay? So thank you so much for what you've done with Evolution. Thousands of lives have been changed. And Fred, are you over there excited like
Yeah, man, listen. Man, listen. Hey, look, I don't even know if piggyback the right word because you just lit it on. Look, you had to unzip your jacket, bro. That fire, bro. You know, when you on fire, that is what it is. But it's something about passion people don't understand.
Right.
Like I'm talking about we'll knuckle up, bro. Like we'll knuckle up and put the gloves on for that business. And it's like not even, you know, a lot of people just, you know, don't even understand the power that we have with this company. And I just look back, and I was sitting back the other day, and we talk about the, you know, getting to the 100K and getting to the $250,000, but like, you know, we think so big and so long term. You know, there will be a day, and I can't wait. Like I'm already, you know, waiting on the post for the $250,000 and waiting for the post for the $500,000 and the $1 million earner, you know, and stuff like that. Like people don't even understand. Like it's proof in the pudding. It's right there, etched in stone. And it's crazy. Like when you put the post up about, you know, the 3-star, like that right there, the astronomical numbers that we can produce in this type of situation is crazy. And people don't really take that into account. Like I was saying, you know, in the very beginning of the call, like I do multiple mentoring calls and lifestyle calling and life coaching. And it's like, it's so crazy when I talk to people that get so discouraged about the things that don't matter in life. When they need to realize that, you know, they're so powerful. Like, you know, you were given a gift to be great. And it's like, you know, and there's one thing I can say about, you know, you, Dave, is just that you've taken that gift and man, you just blew it open and embraced it. And you know how, like, you know, I tell people a lot that I'm great at what I do only because I don't play with what I can't do. You know, so like I'm great at what I stay great at what I do. Like, you know, everybody knows, and it's nothing I'm ashamed of. I'm not the biggest travel booker in the company, but I do believe in where we're going and what we're doing. So I am powerful in building, mentoring, and motivating. And that's where I stand my ground. You know, Tony Ward is a jack of all trades. She can, you know, help you book a trip, you know, definitely help you understand your business and understand everything. But, you know, every leader that we have is great at what they do. That's why, you know, the Elite 8 stands where they stand. The Founder Council, you know, does what they do. And naturally, like you, Dave, you know, you stand in your grace, and that's what makes you great. You know, and that's what's crazy about what we have with this company and the people within it. Some people don't even know how to stay in their life. You know, it's crazy. You know, they get so, you know, discouraged about the smaller things when it don't matter, and it doesn't affect what the outcome is. The whole thing is, like I said to a young lady today, once you commit to a goal, the journey is irrelevant. You know, nothing matters in between. Once you commit to where you're going, man, nothing happens in between that makes any bit of difference. I promise you, man. We go through, you know, all the trials and tribulations, like you stated when you first started talking. Like, we've been through it all, man. We've been through the point of not even knowing where we were gonna go. We've been through the point of losing a check to even not even knowing if the check was gonna come. You know, we went through all that, but it never deterred what our goal was. Our goal was to make this company let me change the word to Tony's word. Make this company fabulous, you know. So
That's right.
we had to do everything we had to do. So whatever happened in between, I'm telling you, like, when I had to sit down with this guy, this young man, older individual, but he asked me, you know, tell me the journey of the company. I said, man, listen, we were just a group of individuals that did not accept what happened. We just changed it. You know, like something would come up. David say, hey, this is the situation. Man, we was just on the call like, so, okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do that. We went through every problem possible. Even in the beginning, when we didn't know the numbers, we didn't know how to orchestrate it. We didn't know anything. I can tell you hands down, David had no idea how to create a online marketing company in travel at all. And all he did was say, I want to do it. And that's what he did. You know, and then he found a group of leaders, like David say all the time, find you a lead 8, find yours. You know, that's what's going to, you know, carry you to $1 billion. You know, that's what's going to be simple. And we literally took every challenge, every trial, everything and made it a testimony, like step by step. And we can tell you everything from the logistics to the legalities to, I mean, every possible thing that happened with us, we overcame it. And that's just a true testament in itself. So I salute what we've done. I salute you, Dave. I salute, you know, all the leaders on the line and everybody here, man. You guys are in the right place at the right time. But the only person who could ever realize that is you. We could tell you this all day. You know, we could tell you we're the best company ever. We could tell you there's money to be made. People are making thousands in travel. People are doing amazing. Lives are changing. People are retiring. But until you believe that's something that you want to do,
Right.
It'll never happen, because if you don't set a goal, you'll always worry about the journey. You'll always worry about what you have to go through to get there. You'll always worry about how long it takes. You know, like we always say, it's not about how much it costs. It's about how much it's going to make you. So I salute you, bro. I salute you hands down. Tony, you got anything else before we close out?
I'm just so thankful that we had this call today, because I think it's opened up so many eyes, and just, you know, being able to come together every single week for the last almost 4 years and kind of like reconvene, and like David said, fuel up. Like, this was our fueling. You have refueled the agents that are here and given the other agents that are thinking about coming here the motivation to jump on and do so. So hands down, thank you for every single thing, every single word, every single motivation, every single crazy text message I send you in the middle of the night. Just thank you. I appreciate you so much. Tutu appreciates you so much. So the company, I mean, just watching this chat box, I was getting excited because they were like, I think there's probably 2,000-3,000 messages in this chat box. It was going so fast I couldn't keep up. So I'm just like, okay, this is super cool. But just to have you the way we have you, I don't think people understand. Like you mentioned something when you're talking about not even knowing your name. I remember the same thing. You remember in the other company when he came up, I'm the #1 person in California. He was like, oh, nice to meet you. Or did you want to join the company? I'm like, hello. So that was the day we left, right? That was the day we left. I'm like, you don't even know my name yet. Time to go. So I can appreciate that on so many different levels. But
that's crazy.
Thank you so much for hopping on here this evening, blessing us with your message and every single thing else you've given to us. Super cool to have somebody like you in our corner. So thank you. Thank you. Love you to pieces.
Hey.
Love you so much.
Hey, Tony, last but not least, you know, everybody on here, you have to understand what people don't hear and what they're not a part of. It's not necessarily their fault. It's the lack of knowledge, and we have to be that gift. So when we get this post out, guys, don't be afraid to share it. You know, when we get this call out, don't be afraid to find a way to market it. Throw it on your Facebook, or throw it on your YouTube, and use it as a marketing tool for people to hear the truth from the mouth, from the horse's mouth, from the leaders, you know, just to know what's what. You know, I see 300 and some people on this call, but it should be thousands, you know, it should be thousands. And the fact is, we know the law numbers, we get it. You know, we got 300 grinders, 300 people that were informed, but we got 6,000 people that had no idea this call was here, you know? Right. So we have to be the information. We have to be the messenger. We have to be the gift. You know, we have to be the ones who get this call out. And once it downloads, guys, I'll make sure I get it to Tony so she can send it out via email. Make sure you guys get it in any one of our chat boxes or whatever, so you guys can find a creative way to post it. You know, give your insight about the call when you post it. Don't be afraid to tell people how you feel, your motivation, how excited you are. That's the type of stuff. This, man, you know what the post I hate, David, most? The post I hate the most when it just say Zoom, chime in. Right. Like Zoom, chime in to the call. Like, what? Nobody know what you're trying to tell people.
Right.
What you feel, like how you are, what effect this business has on you. Express yourself, guys. Stop being closet agents. Stop being a closet excited person about a company you're involved in and nobody knows about. Stop being that person that refuse to be humble enough to express your, excitement. You got to be able to do it. And I tell people all the time, man, nobody knows what they don't know. Like, they don't even know you're in the company. They don't know you're excited. They don't know you're on tears on this call. They have no idea you're fired up. They have no idea you're bouncing off the walls, because most of you get off this call and go right back to the life that you don't want. So take that advice, guys, and post it and express it. Tell somebody, tell the world, let somebody know that Evolution Travel is here. And this is how genuine and transparent we are. Like David said, we were the only company in the history to tell y'all where the money goes. Like, what we doing? Like, it literally bit by bit, break it down to the very fine penny to tell you where it's going, so you'll have no idea of scams, or no idea of they're using us and they're getting this and they're doing that. And that's something that you guys have a challenge all the time. You always say, I run into this barrier all the time. People don't think it's real, but because you ain't using the information that was gifted to you to tell people how real it is. You're steady fighting the ongoing battle of a network marketing company and the stereotype that we were given, because you're not excited enough to get people to understand where you stand. People know it ain't about the company; it's about how you believe in it too. And it's like, the people that you're expressing it to, they'll never believe in this company until you do. They'll never believe it. So take that time, guys. We're going to close this call out. We appreciate you guys for jumping on. David, always salute, brother. Yes. Tony, every single Tuesday, we always do what we have to do. Deidre, thank you for hosting. And I want to thank, last but not least, every person on this line, new or old, guest or not. You guys make the company roll. We just gave you guys the foundation, so we appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Raw Choices is in the building. We definitely want to represent the company. We are the backing of the company, guys. We back everything the company does. Powered by Archer Travel Group, guys. We are here to set the tone, man. I salute you guys. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Close this month out strong. This is the best time, if any, to build your company, to book these trips. Close it out now, guys. Do what you got to do. I want to salute everybody that's looking forward to closing their rank out before the end of the month. I want to salute everybody that's already registered for every single event they want to be a part of, no matter the stipulations. And I want to make sure you guys understand that being registered for the 2020 convention, 2021 convention, 2022 convention. If I could pay David now for 2029, I would, because I already know it's going to be popping. We're probably going to be in Australia somewhere. You never know, baby. So I salute you guys. Get ahead of the curve, guys. Stop letting the curve hit you. Stop waiting on life. Create life, man. Do what you got to do, guys, and make it happen. This is 2-Star Platinum Fred Howell on behalf of 1-Star Platinum and David McCovy, the founder of the company, guys. We appreciate you guys for jumping on. Have a blessed and lovely night, guys, and do what you do best. And support yourself, present yourself, and make sure they know where you at and where you stand. I salute you guys. This call is officially over.
Good night, everybody.
Night, family.